Prosecutors now say a Chelsea woman went out partying while her 3-year-old was home sick in the care of his 7- and 8-year-old siblings. When she returned home in the morning, that child was dead.
Prosecutors say the child was sick enough that the mother took him to 2 different medical appointments in recent days. But that was not enough, they say, to stop her from leaving his bedside Saturday night. And she's now charged with involuntary manslaughter and reckless endangerment of a child.
25-year-old Jennifer Prudencio crying in court as prosecutors say she knew her 3-year-old son Yael was sick in the week leading up to his death, but made a decision to spend Saturday night out drinking.
The defendant went out that night to a bar in Revere where she drank alcohol for a number of hours, and then she slept at a friend's home, a boyfriend's home in Somerville.
The family lived in this Chelsea apartment building with a memorial to the little boy, who prosecutors say had a seizure disorder, hemophilia, and had been vomiting blood in the days before he died. But on this night in apartment 311, prosecutors say Yael was pale, had an untreated head injury from a fall, and was left in the care of his 7- and 8-year-old siblings overnight. Prudencio allegedly admitted to police one of the children reached out to her that night.
The defendant also admitted that during the night she received a video and text from her 8-year-old son communicating concerns for the child, the alleged victim's well-being, and that despite that, she chose to stay out all night.
Not arriving home, they say, until 10 o'clock in the morning to find Yael had died.
Yo, YouTube, what's going on? Trey back again, hit y'all in a video. Hope y'all are having a very great day. Hope y'all are having a very great week. My day is going absolutely marvelous. Big shout out to all the channel members and subscribers to the Trey King Show family. And much love to each and every last one of you all. And you all, we have a story out of Massachusetts by way of Chelsea. And big shout out to everybody in the great state of Massachusetts, everybody outside the great city of Chelsea. Now, before I start this story, I want to send a special thank you out to my channel members and also to my subscribers for sending me this story. And also, keep these stories coming. Now, you all already know how I feel about the kids. Yes, Trey loved the kids. Now, this story right here is very unfortunate, and it ought to show you the nerve of some people. Now, I'm going to say this also. I always big up the parents out there, the good parents, the moms and the dad, because I know dads don't get a lot of credit because a lot of people don't call out the dads and whatnot, don't give them their props. That's what I mean by calling them out. You know what I'm saying? Most of the time, when they say something, it's always bigging up the mom. But at the same time, you got to big up the dads also for those who be in their children's lives. And also, I'm going to say this right here. Look here. If you have children, it's not your child's job to watch their other young siblings while your ass go out and party. That's how we're going to start this video out. You get what I'm saying? So once again, if you have a young child, now it's the difference if your child is 17, 18, 19 years old. You get what I'm saying? And you decide you want to go out for a little bit and you want to leave your child there with your other child who's damn near an adult. But never should you leave your child in the care of a sibling that's just a few years younger than the child that you were trying to leave the other child to watch. Now, this story right here involves a 25-year-old mom. Really, she's not a mom. Because I want you all to know one thing. It's the difference between being a mom and a mammy. Just like the same thing. It's the difference between being a dad and a pappy. Now, this story right here involves a mammy. Yes, a 25-year-old mammy named Jennifer Prudencio, who decided to go out and leave her 3-year-old sick child at home alone with his 7-year-old and 8-year-old sibling also. Now, if that ain't enough to take the cake and make you want to slap the hell out of somebody, I don't know what is. But what makes the story even more sadder than that is the fact that this woman, Jennifer Prudencio, knew her child was sick because the boy was suffering from seizure disorders and also hemophilia, where he was vomiting blood. And also, he had a wound to his head that has not properly healed, as you all will hear the news say right now.
Prosecutors say Yael was pale, had an untreated head injury from a fall.
So if this woman knew all this, why in the hell did you not have your child at a hospital that day you decided to go out? Now, the story also says that she took her child to the hospital twice that week. But I want to ask you all this, especially my people in Massachusetts, because maybe you all have a different way of doing things there than Texas. I want to ask you all this. If the hospital knew this child was this sick, why did the hospital keep the child at the hospital? You get what I'm saying? So why did the hospital allow the child to leave when you see the child is suffering from seizures and also hemophilia, vomiting blood, and also have a wound on his face that wasn't healed? So why do you all think the hospital allowed this child to leave and go home with his sorry ass mammy? And now what makes the story even more colder, this past Saturday, Jennifer Prudencio decided, yes, that she want to go out and party on the town. Now, there's nothing wrong with going out, want to let your hair down. You get what I'm saying? You want to exhale a little bit for those who still waiting to exhale or whatnot. But at the same time, you give all of that up when you have children. Let me say that again. Look here. You cannot do what you want to do when you have children. I'm going to let that soak in real quick while I take a sip of this coffee because somebody needs to hear that. Yeah. And don't y'all laugh at my cup. But like I was saying, look here. When you have children, you give up that right. You get what I'm saying? Your children should come first to those idiots out there who do not understand that. Because some of you all think you can leave your child home alone like they Macaulay Culkin as if the child can defend for themselves. And some of y'all leave the child with younger other siblings like I just said. So clearly, if you have children, stay your ass at home or make provisions for them. Now, Jennifer Prudencio, as you all see in this picture right here, got in her best clothes, yes, and went out strutting on the town. Now, she left the 8-year-old child in charge of the 7-year-old and also the sickly 3-year-old. But the story get even worse than that. Now, she told the 8-year-old child to watch the 3-year-old, and that's what the 8-year-old child tried to do. And my heart goes out to number one, the 7-year-old and the 8-year-old. But think about this. Think how much damage this woman done did to that 8-year-old child when you sitting there watching your other sibling suffering. Sick as hell. You get what I'm saying? Now, if that's not enough to make you want to hurt somebody, I don't know what is, but don't hurt nobody. You get what I'm saying? Hurt the people that hurt you. You get what I'm saying? Or pray for them. But anyway, now, you would think that this woman, instead of her going out, she would have stayed at home with her children, which would have been the best decision. Now, Jennifer Prudencio hopped in her best clothes and took her ass out on a night on the town. Now, she told the 8-year-old child that she was just going to be gone just for a few hours. But guess what?
The lie detector determined that was a lie.
That was a damn lie. You get what I'm saying? Not only did she stay at the bar for hours and hours drinking, she decided to do another thing that's very bad instead of bring her ass home. And you all might be saying, what's that, Trey? She decided to leave the bar and go lay up with her boyfriend in Somerville. That's a damn shame right there. Now, you just told the 8-year-old child that you were just going to be gone a little while. You get what I'm saying? Even though you shouldn't have left. But you stayed at the bar for hours and hours, getting sloppy, pissy drunk. And then you decided your little coochie got hot. You want to go lay up with your boyfriend. And that's exactly what happened. Because it's like this. If you have 3 children and nobody's home with them, why are you out laying up when you have a possibility of making another child that you ain't going to do a damn thing about? Now, what's even more troubling is the fact that this heifer was inside this courtroom with these fake-ass tears. And then you had the lawyers sitting there in court making up all kind of excuses for Jennifer's sorry ass, which I know that's the lawyer job to do. But at the same time, did you see her family, how they were running in and out that courtroom? Because I'm thinking like this. If your family was at court with you that day, why the hell could you not leave them children with one of them, even though we know that's not their job? But never should you ask anyone to watch your child if that child is sick, no matter if that's your mom, dad, brother, or sister, because you have people like that. And I'm very sure that you all know some people like that. You may have some children like that, or I may be talking to your ass that does that. But you need to stop that. Now, what's very unfortunate is that 3-year-old Yael Prudencio died later on. And the 8-year-old was texting his mom. The mom still wouldn't come home. The 8-year-old was calling his mom. The mom still wouldn't come home. The 8-year-old even sent his mom a video of the 3-year-old child as the child was dying. And guess what? The mom still did not come home. So the story goes around 10 o'clock the next morning. That's when Jennifer Prudencio decided to bring her hot ass home, and she found her son dead. And she was charged with involuntary manslaughter and also reckless endangerment of a child. And also, what make it even worse, the lawyer was trying to get Jennifer Prudencio bond down to $10,000. But thank God the judge saw fit to raise that bond 10 times more, raise that bond to $100,000. And hopefully, Jennifer, if you see this video, you will get your life together. Now, also, you all may be wondering, well, Trey, what happened to the other siblings if the mammy is in jail? Well, they say DCFS came and took those 2 children. So also, before I start this story and dig deeper, if your family was all in this courtroom running behind your ass, why did your family, those same people that we see running past this camera right now, why didn't those same people take your 2 children in? That's what I want to know right there. And I bet the 8-year-old is shaking his head like, damn, I come from the worst mom. Yes, sir, you do. Anyway, we'll break the rest down as I read a snippet from this story. I'm going to read a quick snippet from this story, and I am going to give my opinion. All of it. Surely, as we go. Chelsea mom accused of leaving sick child who later died in siblings' care while she went out to do what? Party and lay up and have some sex. Because clearly, Jennifer Prudencio wanted some diggling that night. She wasn't studying them kids. Anyway, a 25-year-old Massachusetts mother of 3 allegedly, ain't no damn allegedly, she did that mess. That's why her butt in court. allegedly left her sick 3-year-old son home alone with his 2 other siblings so she could go out drinking on Saturday night and sleep over at her boyfriend's house, only to return home the following morning to find her toddler dead. That's a damn shame right there. And girl, you left around 9, 10 o'clock that night and didn't come back, the story said, to around 10 a.m. the next damn morning. Who does that? You stopped there and told your 8-year-old child that you just going to be gone for a little while. You shouldn't have left at all. But ma'am, guess what? You had ample time to bring your butt back home. Your 8-year-old son, like I told y'all in the beginning of the story, was texting you. He was calling you and even sent you a video pleading with your sorry ass to come home. And guess what you did? You ignored your 8-year-old son text. And guess what? Kept on drinking. And once your coochie got hot, you went and laid up with your boyfriend, just like thoughts do. That's a damn shame right there. And if you all want to get mad at me, don't get mad at me because I ain't did this mess. Get mad at the person that does this, because some of you all get mad at us bloggers when we talk a certain way about these people. And guess what? You wouldn't care if it was you. You feel what I'm saying? You wouldn't give a damn if that was you laying up hurting and everything and your parent sat up there and just left you to die. Who does that? Even wild animals don't do that. Because think about this. How many times have we done turned on National Geographic or a Nature Channel and we see in these animals, these moms, especially these mama animals or whatnot, giving their lives to protect their offspring. And here you are supposed to be a human being. And look what you done to your own child. You sat up there basically watched your child die while you laid up and had sex and partied. Shame on you, girl. But anyway, let's continue. And I know some of y'all are wondering, well, Trey, what did the affidavit say? Let us hear what the affidavit said. It said this right here. The child suffered from seizure disorder and hemophilia and had been vomiting blood in the days prior to his death. The child was suffering all the way up till the child died. And guess what? Only thing you did was left that child there alone. At least if the child was going to die, God forbid, you would have had your ass there beside your child, just like you should have been. And think about this, family. Think if you're a 3-year-old child and you hurting and you looking around crying out for mom, and guess what? Mom somewhere sloppy drunk or getting her back beat in. That's a damn shame right there. And if that make you mad, once again, scratch your you know what and get glad. Because I am sick of these sorry ass parents doing this to these children. And we sit up here turn a blind eye, or people get mad we talk a certain way about these people. Just imagine once again if that was you. And let's continue. And now the affidavit also reads that the child also had fallen while having a seizure and having a bleeding wound to his face, which was not properly healing. Now, why was the wound on the child's face not properly healing? And once again, you all heard all of this stuff, even though you did take your child to the hospital, story say, twice that week. Why, once again, the hospital did not keep the child? That's what I want to know right there. Because maybe if they would have kept the child, guess what? The child probably would have been able to survive. But the fact that the child was not enlisted into the hospital and you sat there and left your child, that was an automatic death sentence right there. Let's just be for real. And now let's close up. And now here's where things get real tricky at, and here's where things get real dicey. And it shows you the nature of this thought named Jennifer Prudencio. The affidavit reads, it says that Jennifer Prudencio drank alcohol for a number of hours at the bar and decided to stay at her boyfriend's house in Somerville rather than going home to her children, says the affidavit, not the Trey King show. And the affidavit also reads further that Jennifer Prudencio was unmoved by her 8-year-old son texts and also phone calls, and also the video that he sent of the 3-year-old child dying. She did not even give a damn. She just laid right there and did whatever the hell she was doing. And to add more insult to injury, to show you the nature of this helper and to show you that she did not give a damn, because I'm sure it's somebody out there right now trying to blame the dad. Talking about, where the dad at? I don't know where the dad at. The story to say anything about the dad. I'm not going to add nothing to the story. I'm not going to take nothing away from the story. But it says this right here, and to show you that she clearly did not give a damn about these children. It says she allegedly promised the boys she'd be back soon, but stayed the night at her boyfriend's home anyway. By 10 a.m. Sunday morning, that's when she came home, after leaving these children there for about 12 hours by them damn selves and dealing with a child that was in the condition her 3-year-old son, Yaya Prudencio, was in. How do you leave a child there that's having seizure disorder, hemophilia, vomiting blood, and also have a wound to their face that's not healing, and you just go out and party and lay up and want to go have sex with your boyfriend? That's a damn shame right there. And it makes you wonder in closing, and no, I'm not questioning God, but it makes you wonder, why even be born just to go through all that at 3 years old? And you know what came to my mind? Maybe 3-year-old Yael's story will help somebody else out. Maybe this story right here will stop somebody from going out and leaving their children at home. We don't know how these stories are going to play out. But at the same time, look here, you give up all of that when you have children. Your children should come first. Because guess what? You laid up and made them. The children shouldn't have to wash themselves. They didn't make each other. You get what I'm saying? That's the parents' job. Anyway, you all let me know what you think about this story. If there's anything I may have missed or misinformed, which is not my true intent, please let me know in the comment section, or you can email me and we can talk about it more there. If you like the video, push that like button. If you like the video, subscribe to the channel, become a channel member. Also share the video with your family and friends. So next time, you all stay blessed. Love those children. Protect those children. Because you have to remember one thing. Those children are innocent and they did not ask to be here. And if you want to go out and party, guess what? Nothing wrong with that. But it's not what you do. It's how you do what you do. Make provisions for your child. And guess what? Life goes on. Everything will be okay. And I will see y'all soon on the next Trey King Show. And also, you all have a great weekend and stay safe. And guess what? I'm out.